Hey guys, just Magic here. I just wanted to real quick make a video about something that people are complaining about on YouTube again. It's small channels getting demonetized. And if anybody should be mad about this, it should be me, because my second channel, Desolator Gaming, it has 1,000 subs, so that was one of the parameters before to turn on monetization. It had 10,000 lifetime views. I just hit that, so it got demonetized, then I hit that, then it got remonetized. And now they're adding a third hurdle, which is it has to have 4,000 hours of view time in the last year, which surprisingly I don't have on that channel. I would have thought I did. Oh, YouTube hates small channels. How dare they take money away from small channels? Okay, here's the only stat you need to know about this, and this is the lead that everybody's burying. 90% of people that this affects, according to YouTube's own statistics, they said this themselves, 90% of the people that this affects were making $2.50 a month or less. If you care about $2.50 a month, wow. Okay, if you had 4,000 hours, you just barely did it, 4,000 hours in 1 year, that's probably like $5 or $6 a month. Like, I don't even have, I mean, it depends on the length of your video. That's the big factor. But you'd still be making what I would consider to be a pretty insignificant amount of money, especially considering that the AdSense program, which is what all this goes into basically, they do not pay out until you hit 100. It took me like 7 years to do that. And one of my first, for my first and second videos got 50,000 views and 300,000 views. And that still wasn't enough to hit $100. The funny thing is it is today, but I uploaded them in like 2007. So let's just start at the beginning here. When they're putting ads on tiny little channels who are uploading very small amounts of content or getting very small views, like 100 or less views per video or whatever, that means that us big channels that actually need the money to survive are not getting that money and that ads, because there's only so many ads that are bought. And so if you're watching my videos, maybe 1 in 3 of my videos will have an ad on them. Well, maybe half my videos would have an ad if they weren't going to these tiny little channels that are going to take 8 years to cash out anyway. I mean, I get it. Every dollar counts. That's where I'm at right now financially. Like, if somebody sent me a $5 super chat, I'm like, holy crap, I could eat tomorrow. Good. Like, $5 ain't no joke, but at a certain point, I mean, with, like, how much are you uploading in a month? Like, if you do a video every 3 or 4 days, and you're like really putting in a ton of effort, but your channel is so small that you're making like $2, $3, $4 a month at that rate, you should focus on growth, not, oh, I deserve more money. Like, it's not even more money. People are just saying I deserve the same amount of money I was making before. Like, why did you just take away my monetization? Yeah, you're $1 a month or $2 a month. Are you kidding me? Okay, you guys know my Desolator Gaming channel. Well, hopefully you do. Let's run down some stats for you. Apparently it has 981 subs. I thought 1,000 was the limit and then I hit it. I probably lost 19 subs. I probably did. But anyway, 25 videos. How many lifetime views do I have? I don't know, probably 11, 12,000, something like that. For some reason, I'm not seeing that. That's kind of weird. Oh yeah, just check Social Blade. 11,500 video views. I mean, that's like 11,500 like individual people sitting down and watching a video. Like, that's a lot to me. So I mean, yeah, I like never upload to that channel, so whatever, but I think I'm like not even close to 4,000 hours. But here's the thing, in the last 28 days on the Desolator Gaming channel, I made 35 cents in ad revenues. 35 cents. So that means that, let's see, what would that be about? I could get to the $100 cash out limit in 22 to 23 years. So all you channels the size of Desolator Gaming, which is still what I consider respectable, I think if you flirt with 1,000 subs, like, you made it. Like, that's like a boatload of people to me. And that view quantity and watch time, it's high. I mean, that really is a lot of people. But guess what? It takes a buttload of people to make a lot of money on YouTube. I mean, it's somewhere between $1.50 and $6 per 1,000 views. That's just about what it is. So why the hell would I care about 35 cents? Even if it was like $1 a month. Great, 12 bucks a year. Wonderful. So why are people that size, which I think I'm like 1/4 of the way to getting that number of hours too. So I'm like almost there. Oh good, I can get my 35 cents back. Why the hell are people complaining? It just makes you look greedy. And the one thing you do not want to do as far as like self-image or image-wise on YouTube, if you're just starting out, is look like a greedy douchebag that's only doing it for the money. You only want to become massively popular because it's all about the money. And in fact, let me tell you a story about my friend, okay? He's probably watching this, and I don't care. He had about 110 subs, I think it was. His channel's been going for like, I don't know, a couple months at that point, maybe even a year. And, nothing really made it stand apart. It was good content. It's flooded. It was basically video games. So good luck succeeding with that. You might as well be trying to make a tech channel or a cooking channel or one of those a game review channel. And he, at the end of every damn video, was plug-in products because he's like, hey, go buy these and go buy this chair, buy these glasses. Now he really knows who I'm talking about. He's actually like huge on Twitch right now. He makes about as much as I do. So, I mean, yeah, go for it, stick with it. But I think he was really turning people off on YouTube by just, here's my Patreon, here's this, buy this, whatever. And I'm like, dude, you get like 18 views a video. You should be focused more on growth than immediately cashing in on your 18 views. You just don't want to give off that image. And I don't mean everybody's got to pretend like the money's never important to them at any level, because I certainly don't. But just that image, it's just so bad. And it goes double if it's like some kid under 18, because then it's just like everybody wants to be the next Jacksepticeye or PewDiePie or the other annoying guy that I found that I'm older than and now I'm pissed. Oh yeah, Markiplier. Dude, I got like 3 years on that guy. The guy looks 40. He looks like such a dad. I got carded to buy a Powerball ticket. That's how old I look. Anyway, I mean, it's just people complaining about this crap. It's just an extension of that stupid attitude where everybody feels so entitled and they're so arrogant about how they deserve money and they deserve to be the next PewDiePie because their content is just as good as theirs. Maybe, I mean, in most cases that's not true, just mathematically and from what I've seen, that's usually not true, but even if it is, you can't be acting like it before you get there. That's such a turnoff to viewers. And if you're wondering, like, how high of a bar is this? Because people are also complaining, I'm never going to get there, it's so unfair, you keep moving the target, and I qualified before, but I don't qualify now. My gaming channel, come to think of it, I think it's been demonetized actually 3 times now. Because first they implemented one restriction, and they just turned it off, and then another one, and now this is the 3rd one, actually, I'm pretty sure. Well, great, I think lifetime on that channel I made like $3, so wonderful. Even me as broke as I am, I ain't gonna miss $3. Although I did just eat another one of those breakfast chimichangas, and those are $1 a piece, and 3 of those? I mean, that's like 3 days worth of food. I mean, not like, breakfast, lunch, and dinner or anything, but like, that's 3 suppers. I usually throw in like a 69-cent can of French-style green beans and eat that, and there you go. I'm cheap, man. I'm cheap. But okay, so how high is that? Okay, you guys know my channel's mid-size. I consider small to be 10,000 subs or 1,000 subs. Pardon me. That's like small but successful. Like you've got an audience. Good for you. Like 1,000, you made it. 10,000 would be still, I mean, pretty darn big to me. But 100,000 would be mid-size because there's 1 million and 10 million. Those exist too. And at 100,000, you get like a silver play button. So. And you get a special support rep at YouTube too. So that's their level for like, okay, you made it, you're significant to us. Which is funny because lifetime I've made YouTube like $50,000 in ad revenues. Yeah, somehow that doesn't merit customer support staff that I could write to twice a year or something. Really? I mean, how much are you paying them per hour? That's gotta be a 1/1,000,000th of 1% profit margin loss. Come on, YouTube. Anyway, in the last year, I got 850,000 hours watched. That's a little bit higher than 4,000, which really goes to show, I mean, 4,000 is no joke. I clearly did not do that on my gaming channel. It's hard to do unless your channel is kind of mid-size, which mine's mid to small. I mean, when I tell people I have 30,000 subscribers, they're like, oh, that's neat. I mean, I usually just say I have 13 million views because that sounds way better. Because 13 million is a way bigger number. Also, for the amount of subs I have way more views than the average person with this many subs because I make way the hell too many videos. I mean, do the math. It ain't exactly a mystery, guys. So yeah, I would say once you have a significant YouTube channel to the point where you could care about it, like even much smaller than mine, if you're making $100 to $200 on just ad revenues, that's enough to cover like new equipment, editing software, some props, some giveaways, just whatever. Like it's enough to maintain your channel because channels are not free. At that point, you would have crossed the 4,000 hour watch barrier for 24 hours, probably 10 times over. I mean, I hit 4,000 hours 212 times. So it's really not that hard. It's not that big of a barrier. And like I keep saying, below that amount, you're not making enough money to care about. So stop complaining, stop acting entitled, stop projecting the fact that you think you should already be famous and you're impatient. And basically entitled is pretty much what that is. And if you really want to continue being just all about the money, even though your channel is fun-sized, Patreon, teespring.com, sell some shirts, you get about 50% margin on that. You sell one shirt, you make like $10, and that ain't bad. And honestly, Patreon, that's pretty good for smaller creators, because if it's a core dedicated people and your channel is small because you cover like a small topic that's not that widely known, you're going to make a lot more money on that. Now, the one thing that I have a huge problem with this is people like MTG Purple. He has like, what, 2,000-3,000 subs, which is, it's like a lot, obviously. His videos sometimes he even gets like 10, 20, 30,000 views. I mean, because YouTube is like, yeah, his content is good enough, his channel's old enough, he has enough subs, he has enough views to really put his content on the suggested for other people if the tags match and whatever. But to say he might be under the 4,000 hour per year mark, I doubt it, but I don't think he's like looping it 200 times either. Well, and the other thing is, I don't think his channel even is a year old. It's still a year. 1 year is the duration for you to hit 4,000. So if you are not in the YouTube Partners program, which is, basically you're able to monetize it, so they're kicking people out of the Partners program. I mean, the email I got was so cold and so rude on my Desolator Gaming channel, I could see why people wouldn't like it. Hell, I'll read it right now. Desolator Gaming. Today we are announcing changes to the YouTube Partner Program. While our goal remains to keep the YPP open to as many channels as possible, we recognize that we need more safeguards in place to protect creator revenue across the YouTube ecosystem. By the way, that's what this is all about. They will check your stuff out when you hit 4,000. They will have one person review your entire channel, and if you're some KKK member, Antifa, nutcase Nazi person, then bye-bye, and then in the meantime, they didn't show ads on you. So it's like, then you're worth their attention from a money standpoint, which is true. I mean, they're not making that much on your channel, and neither are you at that point. Well, I mean, now you're making zero, but even back then. So that's how they're keeping ads off of, offensive videos that have like 100 views, because it flies so far under the radar and they don't have enough people flagging it because it gets so little views that it is a problem. And that's the kind of stuff that they're finding is, oh, here's some, pro-Muslim terrorist video, but it only has 200 views. And that's why it flew under the radar. So this fixes that, and it has nothing to do with Jake Paul. They added a whole different system for that, and that system actually makes perfect sense too. So, okay, here we go. What's changing? Under the new eligibility requirements announced today, your YouTube channel, Desolator Gaming, is no longer eligible for monetization because it doesn't meet the new threshold of 4,000 hours of watch time within the last 12 months. 1,000 subs, which, yeah, it actually doesn't. I think I lost subs. As a result, your channel will lose access to all monetization tools and features associated with the YouTube Partner Program on February 20th, 2018, unless you surpass the threshold in the next 30 days, which I might do just for laughs. I might just upload like a 4-hour video and then just be like, haha, wink and nod, I'm not going to actually say it out loud because it's probably a violation of some policy. But, I mean, honestly, like I said, I made like $2 or $3 lifetime on that channel. I could care less if it's monetized or not. I'd probably get more views if it didn't have ads behind the videos. I should actually probably just turn monetization off on all the videos until I become popular on that channel, come to think of it. Anyway, accordingly, this email serves as 30 days notice that your YouTube Partner Program terms are terminated. I mean, could you be more rude than that? My God, like, just the wording. I mean, can I get some encouragement about future growth? And once you make it past the 4,000, there will be more money for you to be made, which, by the way, is how this works. Because if they're taking the ads off the small people, which for every small channel or 1,000 small channels, there's one big one. So you take all the ads off of them and the big people make more. So if your YouTube channel blows up, you'll make way more money, like way more. Where's that little light at the end of the tunnel in this email? So then they just go on to say a bunch of crap about how you need to sign up for the Creator Academy or whatever. So at the end, they basically insinuate that you don't know what you're doing, and that's the reason that you've been terminated. Oh my God. This reads like a "you're fired" letter. It's like a pink slip. It's so like accidentally offensive and abrasive and impersonal. Oh my God. I read it and I actually got a little bit pissed for a second there that I'm not getting my 35 cents. So anyway, if people are fuming over it, maybe they just haven't quite done the math or thought about it properly. They're just having a knee-jerk reaction to the way that was written. Because, I mean, I just read it. You guys are probably, you're getting where I'm going with this. But remember that key line in it. As a result, your channel will lose access to all monetization tools and features associated with the YouTube Partner Program. I am 95% sure that includes receiving super chats while streaming. So let's go back to MTG Purple. I could ballpark how much he makes on just views per month by looking at his social blade, but I'm not going to do that. Let's just say it's not a lot. It's not what I would consider an insignificant amount of money, but it's definitely not a lot. I mean, I'd estimate it under 3 digits. Let's just put it that way. But I happen to know that he gets well into the 3 digits on super chats when he live streams because he's freaking hilarious. His audience loves him. I love him. I sent him a super chat. Plus, it helps him out. His wife is disabled, like legit disabled. And so he's trying to take care of her and he's having financial trouble. And like people legit want to help him out because he's a nice guy. He's super funny. He stands up for what's right. He doesn't kiss Wizard's ass. I absolutely love him. In fact, go right now and go subscribe to MTG Purple's channel. Just do it. He's freaking awesome. Just go to the comment section, type, ha ha ha, you're Tony Hawk. Des sent me. Honestly, if you just say Tony Hawk, he'll know who sent you. I mean, I pretty much started that. He thinks he looks like Andy Dick. I think he looks like Tony Hawk. Now you're curious, and I know you're going to, you're pausing the video to go look it up. Vote down below. Does he look more like Tony Hawk or Andy Dick? Let's settle this once and for all. And I bet Tony Hawk will win because if people just type the word dick, it's probably going to get spam filtered. So, yep. So he makes probably like 10 to 50 times more from super chats than he does from YouTube income. So if he's below the 4,000 threshold, he just lost that. So let's say you're like, you know, there's like some series of books that are like the Harry Potter books, but way less popular. But there's like a core of like 400 or 500 subscribers that watch your stuff where you write fan fictions about it. You discuss the books and interview the author or whatever, or just whatever, you make content about it, you know, just one of those channels. Or like a really small video game that hasn't blown up and you just cover it to death and do tutorials for it. So you've got a core audience of people who really like it, but because of the nature of your channel, you're never going to get big enough to get that hurdle. But it doesn't matter because you're not making any money anyway. That if you're not big enough, you're not big enough. Whether they take the dollar away or you get the dollar, either way, you really aren't getting that dollar because you got to hit $100, remember? But if you hold a live stream and 30 people show up and 2 of them decide to send you a super chat, that's more than you'd make in a year on YouTube. So why are they taking that away? In fact, if you're uploading some hateful KKK nonsense or just some horribly, horrifically inappropriate content, you know, some kind of violation of some guideline, are people really going to be sending you super chats? I mean, like, I know Leafy's community is a bunch of toxic idiots, so they would probably encourage that behavior, but probably not. I think it's safe to let people get super chats, but the thing is, it's a whole thing. It's the YouTube Partner Program, it's an AdSense account, it's tax information, and it's payments. It's all together as one thing, as far as I know. So for them to take it away from people like Purple, which, I mean, maybe he's just over the threshold, I don't know. I tried to ask him literally in his live stream right now, but they're busy because the mics aren't working or whatever. But that would suck, because then instead of like the live streaming, which, I mean, if you keep doing it, if you like it, whatever, you'd either have to go to Twitch where they don't give a crap and people could send you donations, or just go around it with manual donations to like PayPal and with third-party intermediaries and crap, and they make the funny stuff pop up on screen and it's all cool. That's how people used to do it before super chats, because remember, super chats are like a couple months old. But you'd really have to push your Patreon, because that's, you know, if you're like a small-time illustration artist or something and you have 1,000 subs and you never make anything, like, and now you can't make money off live streaming, you're left with just selling shirts, merch, direct donations, and Patreon, and that's about it. So that feature of it, if that's how that works, that's ridiculous. I don't think they should be taking that away from anybody, really. I don't care if you have 10 subscribers and 5 of them show up for a live stream and 1 of them sends you a super chat, you should get that money. People want to give you money. I mean, why is YouTube stopping them? So that is incredibly stupid, but then again, if people do live streams and then they post them on their channel, they're usually really high duration live streams and they should get to the watch time of 4,000 pretty quickly. So it is kind of like a self-fixing problem. And like I said, if you think you can get away with it without looking like an entitled greedy douchebag, then sell some shirts and crap. Speaking of that, link in the description, teespring.com. I'm still working on who DMCA'd my crap. Oh my God. If they drag their feet anymore, I'm getting a goddamn subpoena and I'm getting this person's IP address. They will not respond to their emails within a timely fashion, like weeks. And I filed a counterclaim with equally bullshit information, made up name, made up address, made up everything, because what are they going to do? Take me to court with their fake information and prove that they own my copyrighted work? I'll just find the person on the way into their courthouse and they ain't going to make it in. Let's just put it that way, because they're costing me money and they're violating federal law. Knowingly illegal uses of the DMCA is against the law. FYI, person who's going to get arrested eventually. But anyway, that's why about half my inventory is still missing, but whoever did this, you are going to jail. Just FYI, start packing, you're going to jail. Have fun there. Oh, and you're going to owe me lost revenues of like, what, $30 a month? And, oh, oops, all my legal fees. and I'm going to file it with a gag order so you can't say who my name is, and I'm filing it in a different county. But it's going to be a county in Wisconsin so that you can't show up, and then I'm going to get a summary judgment, which is going to be my entire legal fees and some mental anguish because I've been losing sleep over this. So I'm about to destroy your whole life for your stupid, immature little prank, you little douchebag. But anyway, enough about warning that idiot because they're going to get what's coming to them eventually. It's a matter of time. Anyway, link in the description. My remaining shirts are quite nice too. But yeah, I mean, that's how people can individually support somebody if YouTube doesn't want to give them any money. So just go that route. Go Patreon and merch sales. And that's that. It is what it is. I would just not piss off my audience, worry about getting bigger quickly, and then by the time you hit 4,000 hours, then start worrying about monetization money, because it just can't look like it's all about money from the get-go. That's just so bad. So that's my advice to all you out there. Hopefully, even if you don't own a YouTube channel, but you're hearing people whine about this or just ridiculously misleading hit pieces like the nose video on this, those people are just idiots. They know every word in that whole video is BS, and they never mentioned that, according to YouTube's own stats, 90% of people that this affects were making $2.50 or less per month. So really, it's just people whining. There's almost no merit and almost no basis for it, and they all just need to shut the hell up. Now, they didn't include that in their video, and a lot of people, like, sensationalist media outlets, they're acting like this is YouTube just kicking small creators in the nuts. But hopefully you heard the truth in this video and understand it a little bit better. So hopefully I didn't seem too condescending to small channels, but hey, I've been there, and my other channel is affected. My other 2 channels, actually, by the way. And you'll get what the third one is when hell freezes over. I don't tell anybody because I don't want to police it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.